This is a response to my man Lo, aka Angst Vision on YouTube, who just put up a really thought-provoking, funny, but very thought-provoking video. Very relevant to any MGTOW who has any intention of dealing with women on any level. And he's really asking about the risk-reward, ratio and cost analysis and all that stuff. In a most literal way, the question is the juice worth the squeeze? Okay, so I would suggest everybody go watch that video first. I'm going to link it below. It's only about 9 minutes. Very good video, very thought-provoking. If you haven't seen his channel yet, by all means, go over there and subscribe to my man Lo, and then come back. Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to respond to this video, and it's a new type of video I'm going to be making, and we're going to call this Heartburn's Ass Economics. Okay, so now according to your video, the girl wants you to take her to Ruth Chris. I'm not going to get into her expecting to be taken to Ruth Chris. I'm not going to get into her being a single mother. I'm not going to get any of that. Okay, clearly this is a hit it and quit it proposition on your part. As a MGTOW, I totally support that. I mean, you even said she's a little mudfish-ish. But yeah, okay, so what I'm going to say is, okay, I'm going to presume that this dinner at Ruth Chris is worth it. It's an even trade. In other words, the sex that you will get from her will be worth the money. Now, if you're asking, is it worth it? I don't know. I mean, what's your taste? What's your type? Do you know if this girl can deliver in bed? I mean, there's all that stuff. So I'm just going to assume in this model that you indeed consider her ass to be worth a dinner at Ruth Chris. Now, I've been to Ruth Chris before. It's been years, but I mean, I mean, we're not, you were right when you said, Lo, that it's, higher up than, let's say, Sizzler or Longhorn Steakhouse. It's many levels up. So you're talking about, I think reasonably, I mean, the last, I remember, like, you're talking $30, $40 dinner alone. Now, that's not soup, that's not salad, that's not appetizer, that's not drinks, that's not tipping the waitress, that's not dessert, that's not wine, that's not champagne, or whatever else you're going to do. I think it's very reasonable. We're going to say it's going to be about 100 a head, okay? So a date with her, and then we'll say it's going to cost you $200, okay? Now that's the dinner, that's your gas, that's send some to the dry cleaners so you can be crisp for the date, whatever it is. So it's going to cost you $200 to go on this date. Now, why are you spending $200? Because you want some ass. Again, I'm not going to argue whether this girl's worth $200. We're going to assume that her ass is indeed worth $200. So you want to spend $200 to get $200 worth of ass. Okay? Now, this model demands that you have a 100% shot at getting the ass. Do you even have a guarantee of that? I'm going to assume for a moment that you do. That if you take her to Ruth Chris and all goes well and you don't, fart in the car, you're going to get some ass that night on the spot, okay? And it's going to be good ass, and you're going to get the treatment that you like, all right? So, but this model demands that her ass is worth $200 and that it's a 100% shot, but nothing in the universe is 100% probability. Okay, now even if she herself has already intimated to you that a Ruth Chris dinner will get her ass, on that level it might be 100%, but there's other things, acts of God, accident on the way there, maybe her baby daddy texts her and it throws her off her game halfway through the dinner, something. Okay, so I'm just going to add a little bit of risk. So I'm going to say there's a 3% chance that this 100% chance doesn't go all the way through, okay? So you're looking at about a 97% chance in this model. You're spending $200 to get 200 for a 97% chance let me do it the other way. 97% chance at $200 worth of ass. 97% chance at $200 worth of ass, okay? But, I mean, okay, so right there you got a problem, right? Because you're spending $200 on a $200 ass, and your odds actually make it not quite an equitable trade. But then again, you're only going to be losing $6. So, I mean, no problem. But let's be more reasonable about this, all right? I'm going to say in this model that she's a 70% chance, acts of God included. Okay, so you're going to be spending $200 for a 70% chance at getting $200 worth of ass. Now, here's where the poker logic comes in. Let's say we repeat this model over and over again, all right? We repeat this model once a week for 10 weeks. And you're going to keep all the variables exactly the same. A different woman every week, but they're all $200 worth of ass. They're all a 70% shot. They all will give it up at Ruth Chris, okay? So if you do this exact same scenario 10 times over, statistically, you will get laid 7 times out of 10, right? So on 7 of those 10 times, you spent $200 and you got $200 worth of ass. On 3 occasions, you spent $200 and you got 0 worth of ass, all right? So on the 7 occasions that you actually got ass, you spent $1,400 for $1,400 worth of ass, but not really, because remember, those 3 times that you did not get any ass the cost of those 3 failures must be incurred by your successes, okay? So let me call up my calculator. Perfect, look at that, okay. Yeah, you spent $1,400 for 7 successes and then $600 for, well, let's put it right here. All right, times 10, where is it? Okay, so that means you have 7 success and 3 fails. All right, which means the 7 successes cost you $1,400. Bear with me, everybody. And 3 fails cost you $600. Okay, now that $600 must be absorbed, right? So what you end up with is, back to my calculator, $600 of bad money needs to be paid for somehow, all right? We're going to spread that across your 7 successes. So we're going to divide that 600 by 7. And that leaves us with approximately $85, all right? So now, in reality, what you're doing is you're spending $285 for $200 worth of ass. All right? Need I say more? That is how poker works. And I'm sure in economics you've got some model similar to that. But you're literally going to be spending $285 over time if you were to go on dates like this. All right? All right, now what can we learn from this? We can learn that especially in this situation, quite literally, as Barbarossa would put it, the juice is not worth the squeeze.